Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam. Today I'm continuing to explore some unique decks from the Pro Tour. This is a red-green Eldrazi deck, pretty akin to Bant Eldrazi, with some mana accelerants and sort of topping off at Reality Smasher with a couple Endbringers there. Instead of Path, we obviously have some red removal. Instead of Eldrazi Displacer, you have Eldrazi Obligator, which is a cool card. Helps you win races in a lot of matchups. Good at stealing Death Shadow and potentially having to die. Her Grows are also good against Death Shadow. So some cool things going on here. Thought I'd give it a try. Not thrilled with this hand on the play because our curve is pretty high and we're land light. So I think this is a mulligan. It's just too risky to let our noble die or even just not draw. We'd have to draw multiple lands here for this hand to work and have our mana creatures live. And so, of course, we have another unplayable hand. Kind of wish I had kept 7. Oh, this one doesn't have any lands. Well then, we're going to have to draw real well here. Do I want to keep a land? Sure. If I can draw Eldrazi Temple after that cavern, and then draw another land, I've got a shot. If not, it's going to be tough. Utopia Sprawl, eh? Okay. Well, let's see if they are a Green Devotion deck or they are LDing us, in which case we probably can't win, and I don't think any of our hands this entire game could have had a shot at winning. Okay, this might be a Tooth and Nail deck. They have Fertile Ground in the land. Jeez. Okay. The old boom with a fetch land on turn 2. I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah. Can't win. Getting LD'd. What else you got? Monvuli Acid Moss. They got the Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl down this turn too. With a land they could play an Inferno Titan. Would that be good? Turn 2 LDU, turn 3 Inferno Titan? Oh, Stone Rain. I see. Oh, they have more. This is the second Stone Rain? It is! Oh! Isn't that cute? Oh, this is a lightning bolt we can't cast. It costs too much mana. Huh. Oh, what do you got, like a Stormbreath Dragon now? Nope, just attack with the Arbor Elf. Okay. Oh no, they've got more. Huntmaster of the Fells. Land? Okay, well, I've seen enough. This is about to become a 4/4. I go 17, they attack me to 10. Even if I draw a land and bolt, I'm on a 2-turn clock. And like Reshaper doesn't block this very well. So yeah, that's good enough. Okay, well, let's hope to draw more lands in the other games. My sideboard's pretty bad. Ulvenwald Tracker is good against mana creatures, and Huntmaster. It's probably not good if they go all the way up to Inferno Titan. I can potentially kill like a Stormbreath Dragon or something like that with it. It's probably better than, say, like Scavenging Ooze. I like Obligator, I like Endbringer. Maybe it's better than Matter Reshaper. I don't think we're doing a lot of trading here. It's about getting to our high end. So Reshaper not great. I don't really like any of the other cards. Don't really like EE. I've got good removal for early mana creatures, and EE doesn't handle the high end threats, which a Dismember sometimes can. And these even kill Huntmaster, so yeah, let's just make a 1-for-1 swap. Could like bring in Crumble to deal with a land that has a Utopia Sprawl on it, but that's just not worth it. Sideboard here is very clearly meant to deal with like affinity and creature decks and graveyard decks, and then a couple cards against Tron. And so it's a pretty inbred sideboard, probably meant for the Pro Tour metagame. You could definitely play around with that. I like that this version of the deck gets to play like a cleaner mana base, being only 2 colors. 4 Grove and 4 Karplusan Forest. This Keswick Wolfram is nice too. Huh? Always like to have mana sinks in aggro decks that play mana creatures. See, we got 22 lands and 5 mana creatures, so 27 cards devoted to mana, and a Mind Stone, so 28, which is a lot. So mana sinks are important. Obligator is a card that like upgrades later in the game. Endbringer can help you sink some extra mana and draw cards, which is a natural mana sink. Ooze is a mana sink. So I like that about the deck. Pretty clean, straightforward numbers. The 1 Forked Bolt's cool. It's generally good against creatures, very good against affinity. And can still go upstairs. That's sort of the one, like it and the 2 Dismembers and the Mind Stone are like the 4 flex spots. Maybe you can trim an Eldrazi here or there, play a different 2-drop instead of Scavenging Ooze, but I don't see one being really better than Ooze. I will play first. This is definitely a keep. I'm just wondering how I sequence. The natural thing is to just play the Matter Reshaper on turn 2, but I really don't want them to Stone Rain my Eldrazi Temple. So I could just play Mind Stone. If they Stone Rain me, then I get to play Thought Knot, take another LT spell if that's problematic, and go from there. So I think I like that more. Really wish this hand had a Bolt. If I could just bolt a turn 1 mana creature and then play Reshaper to Thought Knot, that would be excellent. But can't have it all, I guess. Ooh, well, this changes things. Without a turn 1 mana creature here, I'm much more inclined to just play the Reshaper and get the beat started. Yeah, still going to Temple. I think getting Reshaper down is better than getting Ooze down. Just attacks better. This is a better late game play anyway. Even if they boom bust the Eldrazi Temple, they'd have to blow up one of their lands too, and I would just take the turn to play the Mind Stone. So yeah. Okay, well, this made my decision easier. They're gonna like Simian Spirit Guide. Crush me, I guess. Nope, just an Arbor Elf. Now let's mush for 3. Definitely want to Thought Knot this turn to prevent any significant shenanigans. I could Mind Stone into Reshaper there, or Mind Stone into Ooze. Those are also options. And then if I draw a land, I can Endbringer next turn. But I think I'd rather Thought Knot this turn. If I had another land, maybe that's a oh well. I'm not going to be casting a lot of spells. I do actually have the Mind Stone to play through Blood Moon, which is kind of neat. But given what I see here, I'm not sure why they have Trinisphere in their deck. Trinisphere seems really bad against me. Definitely not taking one of their 3 Blood Moons. And I think taking Huntmasters is better than Stone Rain. My lands aren't great. It'll just keep me off Endbringer, but Mind Stone will let me at least cast this other Reshaper. And them casting Stone Rain when I'm attacking for 7 turns is fine by me. So let's just take the Huntmaster. Not a great hand on their part, just flooded on Blood Moons. They're also light on lands themselves. Yeah, get their Blood Moon down. Obviously play the black bordered one. Good play, good play. Scavenging Ooze I can't cast. I guess I'm getting a little punished for not playing Ooze turn 2, but I've gotten 2 damage in as a result of it. And now my bolts are lethal starting next turn. So they're not going to chump with this Arbor Elf. Their draw steps have to be pretty good here. Okay, Trinisphere, really not concerned with that at all. One short of playing that Smasher, but that's fine because we have a ton of pressure already. I think they're just dead. I don't know, why would they play Trinisphere there? Just Stone Ring us. That's all you can do. I think Stone Ring would have been better, but I'm playing 3 mana cards anyway. Dead yet? Not really sure what kind of hand they kept because they didn't play the Arbor Elf on turn 1. So they kept a 2-lander with like a ton of Blood Moons, thinking that just this like turn 3 Blood Moon on the draw would be good enough. And you're going to fall really far behind against my deck. So feels like a hand that I would have mulliganed, but you know, I wasn't there. I could bring an Ancient Grudge for Trinisphere, but I honestly just don't think it's very good against me. Even if they play it turn 2 on the play, I don't think it's great. Not a great hand here because we don't really have acceleration, but I have a Bolt for their potential acceleration, which I like. I can go like Bolt into Ooze into Obligator and then Stirrings to figure out what I'm doing after that. The Bolt on the draw is really important. We're just playing 2 mana creature decks against each other. So the person on the play, when you're the person on the draw, you really want to kill theirs. So of course they have Utopia Sprawl, but no, Arbor Elf, perfect. Yeah, I'll shock myself. I was thinking about if I save life by getting a mountain, but eventually I'm going to want green mana for these things, so I think this is better overall. My guess is that this would have Fiddle's Defense Forest because of Scoos. Kessig Wolfrun, that's not a good sign. That's not a land you play very early, unless you have to. They have a Scoos. That's not good. It makes my Scoos a lot worse. So, do I play mine, or do I try to Stirrings into something sweet? I kind of like the idea of them. I think playing the Ooze is still better. Yeah, I think it is. Because now if they play and screwed this up. I screwed this up so badly. I was thinking about Stone Rain. I wasn't thinking about Blood Moon. Oh no. Please don't Blood Moon me. Really need to get that forest there. And they could Stone Raid it into a Blood Moon. If they have both, like, so be it. But I definitely was supposed to play forest there. Now they can just play Blood Moon and have their oozes bigger than mine regardless. Because I'm never going to have green mana. This was bad. Hopefully they just don't have a 3rd land. And I don't get punished at all. Don't punish me. Don't punish me. Come on. Well, pretty sure if they had Blood Moon, they would have slammed it. So I don't think there's a lot of tension here. Yeah, they're playing a spell right now. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they have a 3rd land, so they're just making their thing big and attacking. That's fine by me. Ooh, and there's a Bolt. Okay. I'm inclined to just Stir and Bolt. And try to set up potentially a Thought-Knot for next turn. Oh, so I have 2 choices. I have Endbringer and Reality Smasher. Blood Moon shuts them both off. So I think I just want to find the one that I'm going to cast as quickly as possible. Like next turn I'll Obligate, then I'll Smash. So, let's take a Reality Smasher. And let's bolt this thing. So some missed land drops for my opponent in both of these games certainly helps. But I did have Bolt for their mana creature. So I've done my part trying to mana screw them so far. There's a Sprawl. This would be a great turn for Crumble to Dust. Wow, would it be great. But can't have it all. Get this out of my deck. I might be, if they play Blood Moon next turn, I'm going to sort of throw away a life point, which might be relevant, but let's get this Obligator down. I'm not going to pay. Just want a 3/1 haste. And to make my Scoos a 3/3. Attack you, and this is actually lethal next turn, which is kind of cute. If they just play a blocker here, then my Bolt will get them. Blood Moon here could be an issue, because I'll only attack them for 6 and get them to 5. If they like play a draw land and play a Huntmaster after that. Oh no, if they Blood Moon, their Sprawl falls off. Okay, so their Blood Moon's pretty bad. Because the Utopia Sprawl has to enchant a forest, and the Stomping Ground would become a mountain. So I'm pretty insulated actually from Blood Moon here because they have a Stomping Ground. Okay, well, there it is. They knew I had the Reality Smasher, so I'm sure they just didn't really have much to beat that, and especially didn't have anything to beat it with a Bolt. But unfortunate draws from my opponent there. But it sort of goes to show you one of the ways those matchups go. It looks like my opponent got unlucky, and surely they did. Granted, I mulled a 4 in game 1 as well, so a lot of negative variance determining those games. But in matchups where both of you are playing mana creatures, those decks play very well from ahead and pretty badly from behind. So mulliganing to very good hands is really important. And my opponent there, their 7-card hand was a 2-lander without an accelerant, without an answer for my accelerant on the draw, and without a 2-drop. I don't think that's a hand you can keep, especially with cards that get worse if you fall behind. Blood Moon doesn't impact the battlefield or doesn't catch you up from behind. It can stop you from falling further behind. Stone Rain doesn't really catch you up from behind. Trinisphere doesn't catch you up from behind. So they had a bunch of cards that were only good when they're ahead in a game and with a draw where they were very likely to fall behind. So that is seems like a definite mulligan to me. Game 2, they have or game 3, they have probably a 2-lander with an accelerant on the play and some stuff to do. That's a hand they probably should keep. And you saw I had a hand that wasn't super fast on its own, but did have some disruption, important on the draw, and I got rewarded for it. So despite the fact that it may just seem like a kind of big luck fest there, I think those games are pretty instructive of how playing aggressive mana creature decks against each other go. And I think my opponent made a pretty critical mistake there in game 2. And they might take the match if they just mulligan and hit a good 6. So hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Monday. Bye.